Well, please, after you're done with slowly blowing smoke out, can you test your mic, which I've been waiting for the whole time?
Check, 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 check.
Welcome to the most exciting podcast in professional wrestling, featuring all the news, all the backstage stories, and all the stuff that you've been hearing about. So prepare yourself for the FWL podcast. Here are your hosts, Playboy Stevie V, Steve Valencia, and the Commish, Gabe Valencia. Let's get this thing rolling.
And we are live here at the FWL Studios. I got here Playboy Stevie V.
How's it going, everyone? Ready for the Royal Rumble? Royal Rumble, my favorite match.
And I'm the Commish.
Yes,
And I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in House of Fire. House of Fire. Okay, I'm done.
That was the most devastating House of Fire since that last Royal Rumble we just watched when Albert came out as a House of Fire.
Albert.
To his song.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God. We got to tell you right now, the podcast almost had to get canceled. There was extreme circumstances here at the studios, and it almost led to not being able to do it. So,
Yep, unsafe work environment.
We powered through, even though our lives were basically put on the line to bring you the podcast. So you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's talk about something really important right now. The Olympic gold medalist inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I like it. I know I have one friend in particular, but you agree somewhat with him too.
Well,
he shouldn't,
You kind of convinced me otherwise, so.
Okay. Because, he went to TNA and I feel wasted himself in TNA. He did. This whole time, he could be blamed for the big Cena push, too, because if he never left, that maybe Cena wouldn't be the hugest draw there. But he just left and really jobbed it up in TNA. I don't know. He had some good matches with Samoa Joe and stuff like that, but it's TNA. He was Kurt Angle. He's a way bigger superstar than they deserved. But this guy, this friend of ours, he's kind of like, well, that right there should pretty much disqualify you from it because it's crappy ass TNA.
But TNA is pretty bad.
It is terrible. I'm not sticking up for TNA. I do understand that point too. But then we just start looking at other people that actually been in TNA. Like we realize, like New Age Outlaws, which in my opinion is arguably one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And God, who's the other one that we just found? DDP. DDP.
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah,
I don't even remember that a little bit.
It was probably before I even started watching it. Who knows? But there's been a lot of people who I think deserve to be in the Hall of Fame that happen to be swallowed by the jobberness, which is known as TNA. I don't know how they swallowed Kurt Angle so long.
I don't know what the deal is with Kurt Angle. He was the one who stayed there for so long.
Yeah, I don't know.
What were they giving him?
I don't know.
Did they give him like 3 girls a night? Like that's what it is.
Well, and also, the owner of TNA at the time who brought him over was Jeff Jarrett. Stole his fucking wife in real life too.
Makes no sense.
And used it. Kurt Angle, he stuck around. I don't know. You would have to ask him. I have no idea. I can't figure out the logic in it at all.
But all the other wrestlers were in TNA, so that shouldn't disqualify them from the Hall of Fame, I guess.
Would you disqualify like the Hardy Boys to ever be in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Couldn't, yeah.
I think I'd give them a pass. Dudley Boys, even though I totally hated what the WWE did to them in their last run. They should at least let them go out with a little bit of dignity, but it was almost like they got punished.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They got punished.
And it did. To me, it affected their legacy a little bit.
So, yeah. I want to talk about something else on Monday Night Raw. And right. I just want to say something. Ready? Mm-hmm. Rest in peace. What was that?
I don't know. I thought The Undertaker might have accidentally shit his pants.
Rest in cheeseburger.
You ever fell asleep?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Taker, Undertaker.
I wonder if he was really trying to do it on purpose. Like, I'm going to throw this new cool thing on, and it's going to make it sound so much better. And everybody made fun of him.
He can't. Listen, Undertaker, you're probably arguably one of the best wrestlers ever, but no one wants to see anything different than your dead man character. Quit trying to add stuff into it that's like your personality and trying to make it go over, because it doesn't. Dude, look at the Rootin' Tootin' Taker. We look back at it now and just laugh our asses off as he's coming out. It was just, The Rock, he was like his real person.
Oh, yeah.
Changed into that, uses his character and Triple H and Steve Austin. And then poor Undertaker tried his. And they're just like, no, just please go back to be the Undertaker. It would be like someone not liking Steve Austin's regular thing and going, please go back to be the ringmaster.
Yeah. Sure. We were talking about this earlier, but the Godfather would have had such a better career if he was just the Godfather from the start.
Yeah.
Because we legitimately believe that the Godfather acts like that's like really kind of who he is, just turned up a lot.
Yeah, he owns a strip club and stuff.
Yeah.
He's probably one of those other ones that got to use a lot of his own character back in the Attitude Era.
It would have been mad heat in the 80s if he coming out like that gimmick.
Yeah, instead of Papa Shango, if he came out to that, because he'd be stealing people's... Because it was really storyline up a lot in the 80s, so he could have been stealing people's wives, having matches for them, and pretended to smack them up or insinuating it, kind of like Savage used to do with Elizabeth.
Walking up to people's girlfriends in the show. Hey, you look all right. You want to be one of my hoes?
Yeah, handing them a card.
Yeah,
handing them a card.
People would take swings at him. I bet you.
It would have been a great character.
Yeah, and he would have been if with that kind of bad guy character. And it was late 80s when Papa Shango, was that right?
Yeah, about there. I think late 80s, early 90s.
He would have had a shot of actually being the champion, because it would have rolled into the 90s when they could have used all the help they could have needed, like early 90s. It was bad.
No, I agree. And you know what, I was asking you who do you thought Godfather's best character was from Papa Shango, the supreme fighting machine, to Kama Mustafa, and you said without a doubt it's the Godfather.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you, 100%. But I just want to tell the people who always come back and say, oh, it was Papa Shango. Fuck you.
Yeah, seriously? Don't be stupid. Everybody loved the Godfather, and he was so ridiculously over as the Godfather. It's not even close to a comparison.
It was an over-the-top trying to make another Undertaker was the Papa Shango thing. And it didn't last too long. And I don't know if it was under duress or whatever they got rid of the character, but it didn't matter, because the character, I don't know how some people get online and say that character would be better than the Godfather. It's just like, you have to be retarded. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So Impact Wrestling rebranded themselves, so they're not TNA, they're Impact. The only thing that they really changed was they have an owl in their logo. They're still all the same championships, all the same people are the champions, and all the storylines are still going. So it was pretty much they pretty much TNA'd Impact. Yeah, that's right. I nailed that.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched it because it's pretty painful when there's a couple of them that I think would be interesting in NXT. I told you, just watching it, because I haven't watched TNA in a long time. But when I do catch it, there's just certain people here and there that catch my eye. It's like, oh, what are you doing here? And one of them was that your Eli Drake guy.
Dummy. Yeah.
And he reminds me of a young, stunning Steve Austin back in those days.
He's too talented to be there. It's just wasting his career at this point.
I mean, and then then I really thought Decay was really original, but then WWE just fucking ripped them off.
So
Sanity.
What are you
it doesn't really matter, because
if
WWE did it, then it got done first there.
Yeah, that's doing that. I really want to see Bobby Lashley back on the main roster. He won me over in TNA. He was one of the only good things that I think was really good in TNA.
I definitely think if they can put it together to get some kind of a UFC And it doesn't have to be UFC, but mixed martial arts sanctioned match between
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, and also put together a match and cross promote it, that it would be good for all parties.
Yeah.
I think it's money to be made by doing that.
I think that Lashley legitimately has a chance.
Yeah,
At,
I think he's undefeated.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think that he would beat him.
Well, I don't know.
Hey.
I've never seen him fight.
And they can
But I know
fight.
he's undefeated.
And they can fight in Bellator, where
Yeah.
there's no drug testing.
Yeah, just fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do that, and also have a wrestling match.
Yeah. I mean, the UFC obviously made it clear that they don't want anything to do with Brock Lesnar anymore, so fuck them. Why don't you put on this super show Bellator, see what happens?
Yeah. I think it could benefit everybody who'd want to go in on that. But
Yeah.
I'd welcome back Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Bobby Lashley, in TNA, when he was holding on to all the belts, that was the best his career has been, in my opinion.
probably. I mean, but no, if you'll have the people that say the only thing that matters is WWE, so he had the WWE version of the ECW championship.
I just mean watching him. I wasn't when he was in WWE. I really wasn't that interested.
Well, he was like a black carbon copy of Batista, almost the same movesets.
Yeah, but they didn't let him work the mic or anything. And sure, he has just like the most awful lisp, but
Maybe that's why WWE won't hire him, because if you mention his lisp, he just goes ape shit.
I'm sure that's a thing. I'm absolutely sure that's a thing. But he's so good on the microphone that it doesn't matter to me anymore. And you say this is what you always say. With regards to like a couple years ago, you said when you would hear like Lesnar's music, you'd be like, "Oh shit, what's gonna happen?" Well, when I'm watching TNA,
Butterflies hit.
when I'm watching TNA and I see that the Bobby Lashley thing hit, like the rev up music, and then Lashley over the thing, I'm like, "Oh shit, shit's about to get real."
That's a hard feeling to get. So if you get that
Yeah.
from that, then by all means enjoy it, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
because I there's only so many theme songs that I hear that get my, like right when I hear it go off, my butterflies go in my stomach, and Lesnar's one of them, where it like legitimately kind of scares me a little bit. But yeah,
And you're gonna see the Broken Hardys in WWE. Mark my words.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's absolutely and definitely gonna happen.
I can't wait.
Before we move on to WWE, let's talk a little bit about a few more other things. Just to tell everybody who's a big New Japan fan, because New Japan's getting so much more popular, and so apparently we have to start talking about it more. Kenny Omega re-signed with New Japan, so he's there for a few more years. And in regards to the popularity of New Japan, we were talking about this earlier, I think that if they're left unchecked and WWE keeps on the same road that they're going on, that you're going to have competition for WWE all of a sudden out of nowhere. Because they're already switching stuff to an American English audience. They're giving that option. And they've already started to book shows in America now for the first time.
Okay, well, my first point with the Kenny Omega thing, even though that's what's reported, I personally don't believe it. There was reports of people seeing Kenny Omega footage on the WWE on their website for like a couple hours, and then it got deleted. That's Matt Hardy. Deleted it. But
Delete!
I just...
Delete! Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not going to do this.
No, I swear I'm done. I'm done. I'm totally done. Go ahead.
Well, anyways, I forgot what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, Kenny Omega. I don't know. My gut's just telling me this is all bullshit. This is like a Jericho bullshit thing. Where you can't believe anything Jericho says. Even though you're the best of all time, I cannot count on anything you say. Because when you say you're not going to be in the Rumble or something like that one year, and then you show up at the Rumble.
Yeah, well, that's fucking Jericho.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely not going to be at the Rumble. Listen, if you... Anything... You guys over there, anything, I will not lie to you guys. I mean, Jericho called us and was like, I'm not going to lie to you guys.
It was reported by that EZ Wrestling. What's that?
Yeah, that too.
What's it called? Is that right?
E-Wrestling News?
Yeah.
E-Wrestling.
That's where I saw the article, so it's their fault if I'm wrong.
But Jericho and stuff sitting there. Even personally guarantee he's not gonna show up at the Rumble. And wasn't he number 2?
Yeah.
You son of a
Asshole.
bitch.
But yeah, I think New Japan is going to be competition for WWE.
He just made the list.
If they're left unchecked, because they're just getting more and more and more and more popular.
The reason why they're popular, and this is what I was discussing with you earlier, to me, anyways, is if you watch one of their matches will blow WWE's matches out of the fucking water.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
They are brutal. And it's obvious that they don't get babied, like John Cena and Roman Reigns and Orton and people like that. These guys really go hard, and people are starting to... I've been wanting to see that. I mean, I don't want to see the soft wrestling anymore. It would be so great, I told you, if the current WWE roster would wrestle Japanese style, because WWE is better in Japan when it comes to storylines and stuff, but...
Do you watch
and promos, but match itself, no way.
If they're left unchecked and they're starting to do shows in America, it's going to start to be like that in New Japan. Because they're going to have to adapt, or they're just going to fail if they don't.
Well, good. You know what? Good for them. I mean, if they're running the company so good now that they're going to actually start invading United States
That's
here.
what's happening.
I mean, that's...
But,
I can't hate that. I mean, they put on really... Every show that I've seen, I don't think I've seen a match under 8 stars. Any of their pay-per-views that I've seen.
Here's what I said. I think that New Japan...
say 8 stars. I'll do 4 stars. Sorry. It's a 5-star system, not 10 stars. So I haven't seen any pay-per-view match from New Japan that I've seen, that I've watched, that has been under 4 stars.
Well, at the Wrestle Kingdom match with Kenny Omega versus the Rainmaker, Meltzer gave that 6 stars. So just saying. Which, if you haven't seen that match, go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, it's a really good match.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's just, when he gave it 6 stars, I didn't hate it, but I'm like, I was thinking about the other matches. And so, so if you think, if Meltzer says that this, so if you trust what Meltzer says and everything, and you take his advice really well and stuff, if he says this match is 6 stars, then then there's probably like 4 or 5 other matches that are 6 stars on that freaking card too.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
seriously,
so.
because when he said that was 6 stars, I didn't even know if that was the best match in my opinion. Because they were some really good matches.
There was. It's a New Japan. I think Cody Rhodes' match was pretty good too. Like
the Shibata.
Yeah. Well, Shibata is a freak of nature, and I would never want to be anywhere near him in a ring.
Do you know one thing though? I have not seen Shibata win a match.
Oh, really?
Every match I've seen him in, he jobs.
That's interesting.
It's. I don't know. I've just had that luck. So Shibata, if you usually win, and I've only seen you lose, make sure I don't ever watch your matches.
You're gonna get kicked in the face through the microphone.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that New Japan right now is like the WWF back when WCW, when WCW and WWF were feuding, and I think that WWE is like WCW.
Yeah,
they're catering the families, and they're catering the people, not their wrestling audience.
That's
a lot of it's catering to everybody else but the wrestling audience.
Yeah, that's a valid point, and I don't have anything to rebut on that one. That's pretty much right on. They're the ones WWE's babying their people like WCW used to, and New Japan's having these freaking bloodbaths, hitting the shit out of each other matches that the fans want to see. So yeah, it's a fair comparison. I mean, I do think the WWE is slowly going in that direction.
We'll see if they got to change something, because if New Japan's coming into America and Americans are buying, what was it, like 80,000 new subscriptions after Wrestle Kingdom, all from America, and it's not even English friendly yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to do something, or else they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, but do you have a feeling though they're trying to go that way a little bit?
I don't know. What, WWE?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe competition's good for business, so they might be trying. So who really knows? But They just try to buy up all the wrestlers.
That's all I know. I've been seeing poor Braun Strowman taking a beating lately.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna talk. Let's talk about NXT Takeover, San Antonio. Rest in peace. Okay, so
If I'm gonna get kicked through the microphone, you're gonna end up getting choke slammed through the microphone.
I know.
I heard that old mean Mark Calloway is someone. If he hears it, he might track you down.
Well, he has to let you know that this is his yard,
Yep.
and he's the big dog in his yard. And if
gonna
you step to the big dog, he's gonna make you famous. Okay. All right. Let's see. Ty Dillinger versus Eric Young. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win that match. Ty Dillinger is gone from NXT after this pay-per-view.
You think he's main rostering it?
Yep.
Why do they job him so much in NXT? To me, he's like he's already Dolph Ziggler to me.
Here's the thing. I think that they purposely had him job over and over and over again, still being over in NXT, and he's going to come to the main roster and fucking always win. And if they keep jobbing him in the main roster, then that sucks of WWE.
Write that down, because I don't think so. Until I see differently, I don't think so. But if it does happen, you said it. I think Eric Young's gonna
Well,
win.
obviously Eric Young's going to win. Don't be ridiculous.
With his band of what are their sanity, and you know what the first rule of sanity is, right? You don't work out.
No. The first rule of sanity is never work out.
Never work out. Except for Eric Young.
Yeah.
He's the only one allowed to
Only
work out.
one allowed to work out. That's it. Done.
If they were going for the fat, smelly angle, nailed it. But I'm interested to see what they're going to eventually do with these guys. I think these guys will probably end up being the ones who dethrone whoever when it's their turn to come up. I mean, they're going to eventually come up.
That big guy who was with Sanity, who's not with him anymore, he got suspended or fired or whatever, taken off TV because he hurt Hideo Itami. That's what happened. I found out. And he dropped him on his fucking head. It was bad. Way to go, big guy. Way to... See, we don't even remember your name. You're gonna...
And so that means it was his fault that we're missing out on a heel
Right.
Hideo Itami and Nakamura feud.
Right. Ty Dillinger is coming out at the Rumble at 10.
That's a good prediction.
That's what's happening.
Mark that down. Okay. I'm enough with that match with me.
Yeah, Roderick Strong versus Andrea Alamis. I can't remember. Can't ever say his name right. Oh, we'll just call him the Jobber.
Yes.
Roderick
Strong's going over.
Yeah, the Jobber. Yes.
Yeah. This guy just didn't get over. He got off. I don't know if it's totally his fault. It could be, but I mean that first gimmick they gave him, that gay Savio Vega gimmick kind of looking thing that he had.
He just needs to be in a mask. Just that's his gimmick needs to be. He's a luchador.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
But Roderick Strong's winning.
Yeah, definitely.
And I also heard some backstage talk that the big guy himself, there, Vince McMahon, for some reason has a hard-on for Roderick Strong.
Oh, good. I hope they give him a gimmick.
And somebody quoted as saying he hasn't seen McMahon have a boner for a smaller guy in this long a time since Chris Jericho.
Oh, all right.
So,
Well, Roderick Strong's an amazing wrestler, and he has a lot of charisma, but he has to be given a gimmick to work the charisma. So
yeah, I mean, he has amazing matches, dude. He's freaking. And weirdness too. He probably reminded him of Jericho because Roderick Strong does a stronghold. Remember, it's the walls of Jericho.
Yeah,
that's just McMahon just likes the walls. But he amazing wrestler and stuff. But if you see him and he gets on the microphone, he screams douche.
Oh yeah.
So he'd be a good heel.
Frat bro douche.
Oh my god, yeah, he looks like someone who would have a 15-year-old girlfriend.
And still wearing his Letterman's jacket.
Yeah.
From high school.
Or he's having his 15-year-old girlfriend watch his matches tapes. So, babe, did that look good?
NXT Championship match: the DIY versus the Authors of Pain. This one's a little more unpredictable.
I think DIY wins.
I think the Authors of Pain win.
You do? Is DIY moving up? Think it's time?
I don't know. If they move up, they're just going to be on the Cruiserweight division.
Because that's the only reason why I see them dropping the belts is to move up.
Well, Authors of Pain need the belts.
Well, that's true. If the Authors of Pain don't go over, they're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Okay, Guts telling me DIY, but Brain's telling me Authors of Pain should do it. They have what?
Yep, I think they're going to do it with Paul Ellery, who looks like a confused old man from a nursing home. Authors of Pain would be so much better if they had, like, the Matanza monster masks.
Yep.
Both of them. It would be so much better. They would go from, in my opinion...
Because one of them looks like a little fat kid. That's what it
Yeah,
looks like.
exactly. They would go from, in my opinion, a level maybe 5 in interest to probably like 8 or 9 just by putting the mask on. That's what I think. But I don't know. They don't look right in the face. They don't look like tough guys. They look like you'd call them fat and they would start to cry.
All I'm saying is if they couldn't get the Ascension over, they're not getting them over.
No.
They basically have the same kind of gimmick the Ascension have as giant destroyers. And the Ascension, I believe, was better than they were.
And then the Ascension needed to do steroids.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it. NXT Women's Championship matches: Asuka versus Jobber 1, Jobber 2, and Jobber 3. Who do you think's going to win?
Asuka.
Okay, next match.
You know what? And Asuka's not going to drop. I think Asuka's never dropping that belt. Well, she's going to be forced to give it up.
Yep, that's what's going to happen.
But she's going to show up at the main roster with that belt.
Yeah, definitely. She really has no competition. I guess the closest one is Amber Moon, but she's not even on her level yet.
Yeah, and everyone's, there's only so many divas right now that they can have big matches with. You can't do too much more Charlotte and Sasha. I mean, I love their matches, but give it a break for a little bit. I mean, everybody wants to see some Asuka and Charlotte.
That feud's coming to a climax at WrestleMania.
I hope so. I hope it's this WrestleMania.
And I'll be coming to a climax on Sasha Banks' face. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next. We got NXT Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bobby Roode. This is going to be a great match. And I think that Bobby Roode's going to win.
Do they have another pay-per-view, right? Before WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Okay, Nakamura's winning.
Damn.
Nakamura's going to win, but he's going to make his Rumble debut.
Still think so?
As the NXT champion, but the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, he'll drop the belt to Bobby Roode.
I will agree with you now. I'm putting it on Nakamura. I was only going to say Nakamura because I thought he was going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, I think he might make his appearance.
Yep.
I mean, he'll be a big deal like Owens when he showed up with the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to show up at the Royal Rumble, someone's secret, doing his whole long entrance with the NXT belt.
It's a
And you know what? Like we're talking about feelings that when you hear a certain music start.
That's it right there.
For me, Nakamura's music, as soon as those things,
It's stop what you're doing.
Yeah, I get fucking goosebumps. I mean, I do.
If I'm looking at my phone, the phone goes immediately down, and it's just like paying attention to the
it's
TV.
like hearing the glass break on Austin's intro or anything like that. There's only a tiny fraction of theme songs that do that to me, and Nakamura is one of them.
This is what I feel about Nakamura. It's just like, yeah, I'm watching NXT, and I'm watching Bobby Roode wrestle. I'm watching Asuka, Author of the Pain wrestle. That's cool. Shinsuke Nakamura is allowing me to see him wrestle now. This is awesome. I can't believe that he's here and I'm watching him.
Yeah, just like I said, I get the butterflies in the stomach. Not of fear, but his is like excitement. Like he's you're not worthy. He's here. It's like hearing. It was almost like when we were at that NXT event, we heard Triple H's music and Triple H came out.
You know what I mean? Triple H, epic. NXT. So NXT supposedly picked up Kyle O'Reilly from Ring of Honor or New Japan, and they tried to pick up Bobby Fish, but Bobby Fish declined the contract and signed with Ring of Honor. Bobby Fish was also offered a contract with New Japan, and decline that and sign with Ring of Honor.
Well, it's a case of Kyle O'Reilly, who's young, he's talented. Someone's going to pick him up. You know, it was a matter of time. As soon as they opened the cruiserweight division, they were going to go after him. So a lot of potential there to Bobby Fish, who's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, why? People who were big indie fans wanted to see Red Dragon. And you fucked it up, man.
Yep.
Seriously, even if you had a huge problem with WWE, you could have went to WWE to help Bobby Fish. Or to help Kyle O'Reilly, I mean. Really, man.
They should eventually, when the WWE buys out everybody again, they'll make a tag team called the Biggest Losers in Wrestling, and it'll be a tag team of Bobby Fish and Cowboy James Storm. And jobs all the time.
All the time.
But yeah, I mean, they actually picked up a handful of people, and I can't remember them all right now. Adam Cole's supposed to be another one that they grabbed too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So expect him to drop the belt here pretty soon.
They need him for the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, I mean they I don't know why they decided to take. Oh, that's right. The reason why O'Reilly dropped to Adam Cole was O'Reilly's contract was done at that pay-per-view that we saw.
Uh-huh.
And
at Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah.
Which you should watch.
And he, after he was done, signed with WWE. Mm-hmm. So he hadn't made a decision yet. But I guess Adam Cole still has some time left on his Ring of Honor contract.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And but from what I'm hearing, it's almost just like it's a done deal. They're just waiting for him to. He'll probably pump up a good little feud with whoever's going to take his place and job.
I'm telling you, looking at this pay-per-view card, there's definitely need for a Kyle O'Reilly and an Adam Cole, because it's a good card, but it's really lacking.
Yeah, and again, this though, when we're just talking about Kyle O'Reilly, I'm sorry, but this I just thought about this. Old man moments happen sometime. Mm-hmm. But how awesome would WrestleMania be? And don't underestimate the WWE sometimes, especially at WrestleMania. They overdo it. Remember, like, they had the NWO and DX come out and stuff like that? That's why I don't believe Kenny Omega. I mean, because I can easily see Balor winning the Royal Rumble, and then at WrestleMania, him, like, about ready to get screwed over, and the Bullet Club shows up.
That would be incredible.
During a WrestleMania.
I
mean, with AJ Styles, Luke Gallows,
I would pop
Anderson.
out.
I mean,
mark out hard. Real hard.
Because, I mean, they're taking Adam Cole now. I mean, they're really picking those members apart.
I want to talk about Raw real fast.
Okay.
Move past NXT. I just want to start off right now by saying what an awful ending to the most recent Raw. What? You're just standing in the ring? What are they going to make out?
I don't know, but
and then Goldberg cutting himself, shaving his head, bleeding everywhere.
That was gross.
Trying to touch kids and stuff.
They're good. As some of Goldberg's have be.
Why does it have to be weird with Goldberg coming out every time and messing with people's kids? Yeah.
Or bleeding all over. Next guy's going to be puking.
God.
But anyways,
why everybody just wanted to see Lesnar come out there and just maybe F5 Goldberg and leave him laying down in the ring. Jeez. They overdid it. Vince Russo did.
Yeah, the inner wrestling fan in me, I understand why they did what they did, having those three right there at the end. But to me, I worked my ass off all year. And to be, get into this road to WrestleMania shit. Mm-hmm. And, really? You're going to give it to these geezers? Like that for Lesnar, really? These geezers, you're going to give the final main event nod before the Royal Rumble to these three? But I don't know what the hell they were doing.
There's no need for The Undertaker to be in that segment. There's absolutely no need for that. Zero need. Yeah. Goldberg doesn't have anything to do with those two, and if he did, it was like 2 years old, and that's done. Everybody knows if it hasn't happened in wrestling for about 3 months, then it's never happened. And that's WWE logic.
Well, I think Lesnar's legitimately starting to get stressed out by by thinking Goldberg's not going to job to him like he promised before their match at SummerSlam. I'm going to spearhead that over, and next time we wrestle, you can job on me. That's probably what the Undertaker was there for. Or Lesnar. It's going to be Brock Lesnar. It's going to be Undertaker versus Goldberg. They're just going to leave the jobberness with that alone.
And on Raw, we also have Handsome Rusev, but you don't have to know that he's called Handsome Rusev because everybody already knows he's handsome. Oh man, that was amazing.
Yeah, Rusev's been getting better. At one point, I wanted Rusev just to get hit with a giant meteor.
Yeah, me too.
He's been getting better. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's coming out. Oh, I know why. It's because they're making him come out with Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal's so terrible by comparison to Rusev.
That is such
making
a
him good.
Genius call.
That's what it is. Because it makes no fucking sense. Jinder Mahal's with him.
None at all.
But I started to like Rusev after he's standing next to Jinder Mahal.
God, Jinder Mahal that bad, huh? Oh, that sucks.
There it is.
Oh,
yes, man. They need to give Jinder. They need to put I don't care. You can call me racist or whatever, but they need to put Jinder Mahal and that Daivari kid for the cruiserweight division and all the Middle Easterns into some kind of a freaking ISIS American hating heel group. Damn it! I'm from the old school, and we don't have those things because of political correctness. But we got President Trump now, so we could probably do it again.
But Playboy CVV is racist. I want to talk about the thing the club versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Mm-hmm. They had a tag team title match, and the club obviously won the match. They got the pin 1, 2, 3.
The dusty ending.
And after it was over, then no, you guys win, but they got disqualified. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
After that just happened. Wait, after that just literally happened on SmackDown with Dean Ambrose. When he was supposed to get disqualified. And he said, no, don't disqualify him. And they continued the match. Like, no consistency at all.
Because they're two different shows.
And that's complete bullshit that they got screwed over. And they got screwed over in a hard way. And I don't know who planned to book it like that, but that's garbage.
Blame it on Daniel Bryan and you gotta blame it on Mick Foley. It's Foley's fault.
Yeah, way to go, Foley.
But I don't understand what they're doing now with the club. I mean, you guys are really confusing me. I mean, WWE was you guys job them out, so they're fucking just so terrible and embarrassing, and I'm feeling sorry for them. It's like, why are these guys being punished? It's not everyone else's fault that McMahon forgot that Gallows was Festus.
That's what happened. They started burying him as soon as he found out it was Festus.
But then all of a sudden, they go over on one of the hottest tag teams going right now with Cesaro and Sheamus. And, I mean, it was basically clean, too.
Maybe they got to put the belts on him for that WrestleMania, or the WrestleMania prediction that you had. So the club has the belts. AJ has a belt.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't even realize that. But I don't know what that... I don't know if they're going to try I was smelling a face turn, because that was kind of like a heelish thing to happen. That usually doesn't happen.
I know, made no sense at all.
But I don't know what they're doing.
They're not gonna turn them face over Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes no sense. It was just nonsense. It was nonsense. Fire whoever wrote that. Nonsense.
If they turn Cesaro and Sheamus heel, they better have like some kind of annoying ass foreign manager too. If they want to push some kind of thing like that, Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
I just don't see that happening. If the Gentleman Jack Gallagher was their manager, they would be face as fuck.
Yeah, everyone likes Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Except for the commish. He still thinks he looks like a baby rapist.
He does.
And then when I told him, well, now he has an umbrella, and he goes, well, now he looks like a baby rapist with an umbrella.
That's right. On Raw, Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins, that straight up 5-star match. And I'm sitting here watching Raw where they're promoting Goldberg's here, The Undertaker's here, Lesnar's here, but then boom, Triple H's music hit and I'm hot for it. And I'm just like, oh man, I get to see Triple H, and he doesn't come out.
Triple H gets too much hate from the wrestling community. Triple H is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Definitely.
I'll argue that point. He was the Ric Flair of the Attitude Era. He was the best heel going for a long time. and what he does now continue for the industry because he's built NXT and getting all the rest of shit going. He's been doing does a lot of shit for wrestling. Nothing but love for Triple H. But now you're talking about the match between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins being amazing. It was.
5-star match.
Was amazing, guys. It really was. Now, but see, there you go. Now, if you turn it on New Japan, every match is going to be like that.
Yep. Maybe even better.
Better.
Yeah.
Some of them, they're all going to be that caliber.
I'm telling you, just watch some matches from Wrestle Kingdom.
So, I mean, do you want to just put up with... I mean, you could put up with two jobbers wrestling each other, but if they have that great of a match, it sure in the hell beats watching, I don't know, some Mickey James and whatever match or something. Yeah.
We're talking about SmackDown now. We're talking about Mickey James. We're talking about La Luchadora. That is the most awfulest shit. Ha! Here it is. I said that Mickey James was a good wrestler in a time when...
I thought you were going to take credit for saying that's who it was, like I did under the mask. I was going to go, you son of a bitch. I told you.
I was getting there. Everybody said on Mickey James is a good wrestler in a time when women's wrestling was garbage. I don't care what you say. Say what you want. Oh, Lita was... Oh, Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was garbage compared to Sasha, like Becky Lynch and those people. So was all those other people I just said. And so was Mickey James. And now Mickey James doesn't have her name credibility. And she's wrestling around a mask. And everybody on the internet saying how terrible this La Luchadora is. To the point where they're like, it's probably going to be Eva Marie, like Playboy CVV said. And I was like, no, it's Mickey James. And that's what I saw. And then she gets unmasked, and now everybody has to eat their words.
You're a goddamn liar.
So that's no, I'm not lying. She is terrible. It's the truth. What are you talking about? How can you defend it?
But one thing I will, to further back up what the commissioner was saying about, it being awful back then. The wrestlers were awful. I'll even one up them on that. Back in my generation, they were even worse than that, and it was. I don't care if Fabulous Moolah had the title for like 30 years or something like that, but I mean, they're not even in the same caliber nowadays. The matches that people like Charlotte and stuff can pull off right now has been the best I've ever seen women's wrestling.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that Mickey James is back in WWE. In my opinion. If you disagree with me, well, then you're just wrong.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not embarrassed, but it's like I don't even care.
It's just dumb.
It's like when she came out, when I was watching the replay of SmackDown, I fast forward through her. I mean,
Alexa Bliss is good, but it's like...
She still needs some help in the ring, though.
Yeah. Well, she's a good charisma.
Yes.
What are they doing with James Ellsworth?
I don't know.
What's even going on with that?
Because I'm like, are they going to make him a manager? He goes shopping with Carmella and get some new outfit.
It's so awkward, too.
I mean, is he going to... Because he's not that great on the mic either, so what are they... I don't know what they're doing with him. He's just the luckiest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, now he's teamed up with Carmella. And
yep.
I'm sure they're going to have some quote-unquote steamy scenes, behind the stage, and then he'll get beat up by Big Cass at some point. Because Big Cass is actually wrecking that. But what are they doing? He's going to be in the Rumble. So if anybody plays the Royal Rumble pick a number game, somebody's going to end up with James Ellsworth. So I don't even know what they're doing with him. It's just a waste of time.
Having James Ellsworth on your team would probably be better pick points-wise in our league than having Dolph Ziggler on your...
Oh, dude, let's talk about Dolph Ziggler for a second. Dolph Ziggler's turning heel. He's starting to get better. It was when he was on the talk show, with the King's talk show, and the King looked hammered he did. He looked hammered. And then he super kicked the King in the chest. Good job, Ziggler.
Yep. That was just some good heel heat. But I'm just, with Ziggler, I'm just like, okay, they're going to try another push. If this doesn't work, I don't want to hear anybody blaming the WWE online. They've pushed Dolph Ziggler so many times, and there was just something missing. And I'm not going to feel any different about Dolph Ziggler than he's a humongous jobber until I actually see him have a one-on-one match with a heavyweight, with one of the champions, not Intercontinental, not mid-card, and cleanly win and have a lengthy title run. That's the only way. That's the only way it's going to change my opinion.
I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see.
He'll always be a jobber. And that's just because he needs to have a lengthy, awesome title run. Then I will totally flip and say, okay, Dolph Ziggler, good job. Until that happens, Dolph Ziggler, whatever he does, to me, just reeks of jobberness.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question.
I mean, the feud with him and the Miz, that was a really good feud, but the Miz carried that.
Oh yeah. Well, the Miz is amazing.
Yeah,
Miz is tearing it up.
He's gotten really amazing. How does he go from?
Yeah.
I swear to God, this guy is almost like Oprah Winfrey when it comes to losing weight and gaining weight, but in momentum kind of thing. He's like he comes into the WWE, absolutely jobber, then gets some momentum, then goes back to absolutely jobber, then gets some more momentum, then go back to being an absolute jobber, and then he wins the heavyweight championship. He has tons of momentum. Then he's like kind of a complete jobber filler, and now all of a sudden he's like better than he's ever been right now.
He's a heat machine
right now. He is like the best fucking Miz ever. So I really, as soon as this ends and he goes back to being a jobber, when he comes back again, it does gets amazing. Because that's what he is. He goes back and forth. He gets to be amazing again. He's probably going to be like one of the best of all time. Because he's pretty amazing right now.
Oh, he's great. He's one of the best parts of SmackDown right now.
Because I totally wrote off Dolph Ziggler. I mean, not Dolph Ziggler, but The Miz. Probably about 3 years ago.
Yep.
3, 4, 5 years ago. It's just like, I am so bored with this dude. And then all of a sudden he comes back and he's doing this and just blowing me away. I mean, I look forward to watching The Miz on SmackDown.
The Miz is
and I never would have said that before.
Part of carrying SmackDown. He's definitely a big part of it. Let me ask you a question. When you watch SmackDown and you saw a battle royal full of a ring of all jobbers, who'd you call to win? It was all jobbers. Every single person in that battle royal was a huge jobber.
Oh, I said Mojo Rawley.
You did not say Mojo Rawley. You said Simon Gotch. I remember. I said, well, if you didn't... If you didn't say Simon Gotch, then say something now. Okay, moving on then. But Mojo Rawley winning that, he was hella hype at the end too.
They might start pushing him, without. He might not need Zack Ryder.
I think that's a thing of the past.
And I like somebody finally gave him a good finishing move. Because I remember in NXT, one of the things I hated is he'd butt splash people for the finishing move. And he wore trunks that were kind of loose too, so when he would like run and be all hyped, his balls are flapping all over the place. And so he had to pull his trunks all the way up to his tits while he just was terrible. But now his whole look and get up is getting over pretty well. And that finishing forearm that he has, he just does that forearm blast, looks incredible.
Looks great, yeah.
It looks great, dude. So green light on Mojo Rawley. It would have been really cool. Somehow Miz gets that belt back in Mojo Rawley.
That's what's happening.
And they'll have a good feud.
That's the next feud. He's just going to involve him in some way.
Yeah, because Ambrose doesn't need the Intercontinental belt. Ambrose is just awesome regardless if he has a belt or not. And he's, and just some people are meant to hold on to championships for a long time. And I don't know why, but I don't find it's disrespectful or anything. But like people like Ric Flair and people like Seth Rollins, when you do like that, having long title reigns, are just go good with them.
Yeah.
Now, if you put Roman Reigns in a long title reign like that, it would be pretty bad. So he's good to win the championship, but then he'll lose it in about a month, and I'm okay with that.
Let's move on to the Royal Rumble match. Now, first of all, No. We're gonna do the card. We're gonna do the card first.
Okay.
Let's start with the kickoff show. It looks like we have. Oh, what is this? Sasha Banks in a kickoff show? Well, who's in more of the kickoff shows? Is there anybody else in kickoff shows? Oh, Alexa Bliss. Are those two people on my team?
Oh, are they both?
Oh my God! I get to start everybody on my team. That's amazing. Anyways, let's go.
Shit! How many? And you have like 8 people on your team?
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
And let's.
I just hope. This is all I hope.
Oh, you are the worst right now. I already know what you're hoping for.
You don't get so close. The commish every year, he's like the Buffalo Bills of our team, of our league. He like always comes into second place by like 2 points or something like that, like something that's unheard of, like a fraction. It's like he has to win the championship 1 year, and it looks like he's going to be on the, because right now all of our points are like through the roof too. So you able to get points with 8 people, you can get what, about 50, 40 points, something.
All right, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Sasha Banks is going to win.
Nia Jax is winning. They want to prolong this feud because they don't want. I mean, what are they going to do with Sasha Banks after that?
She's going to have a feud with Charlotte, and it's going to end at WrestleMania.
You think? I just think it's going to her legs. She's going to sell her leg.
You can't keep playing this "I'm undefeated at pay-per-view" gimmick. There has to be a reason that they're saying it, and it has to be climax. The climax is WrestleMania. Who are they going to have beat that undefeated streak? Bayley? That's a joke.
I think it's going to be Asuka.
Oh, it could be Asuka. That's a good call. Well, anyway, there's not much more to say about that match. It's going to not be that good because Nia Jax is not that good.
She's gotten better, though, but I'm not going to say she's amazing.
And here's another one. We have the tag team title match in the kickoff show. We have the Club and Cesaro and Sheamus, and the Club is going over. New champions.
No, I say Sheamus and Cesaro. It's too soon for them to drop the belts.
I don't think that they made this. They thought that this was going to be a permanent thing. And if Gallows and Anderson don't win this match, they're really, really done.
I keep saying that, but they keep pushing them. I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're teasing everybody.
Well, I'm thinking the Club. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheamus and Cesaro won, but that's what I think. Okay, we have another kickoff match. Is Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Natalya. Who knows?
Who cares? I'll just say the team that has Mickie James will, because she just came back, so they're probably going to give her a W.
I don't know. Nikki Bella's on the team, so... And I don't know. Who cares? I'm not calling that match.
All right.
All right, and then we're kicking off the show with the Cruiserweight Championship with Rich Swann versus the Beast Incarnate, Neville.
Beast Incarnate Jr.
Neville's definitely winning this match.
Rich Swann is awesome.
Yeah.
He's starting to... But, I don't know who's writing his lines for him, but they need to be fired.
Yeah.
But he has charisma and everything. Maybe you guys need to just let him work the microphone himself. That's what I think's going on, but I think Neville's going over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been booking him as a unstoppable monster who comes out there and kicks the shit out of everybody. He's even wrestling different now. And I like it.
Yeah, he is. He's like a little Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He just goes out there and crushes everybody. And if he does that in the middle of 205 Live, he just goes out in the middle of the match and beats the shit out of everybody. He's not even involved in the match and goes backstage. That's it. And that's pretty awesome. All right. Let's move on. Women's Championship match for Raw. We have Charlotte versus Bayley. Charlotte's going to win. Bayley's not as good as everybody says she is.
Yeah, we disagree. I don't think Bayley's as good as Charlotte or Sasha, but she's not terrible. She has a lot of momentum and fan. She's over. She's really over. But she's not going to beat Charlotte for the belt. It's not time yet. Bayley's one of those people that if she has a reign, it will be she'll be good a bit if it's really short.
And she's not exciting to me at all, and she's not that good. So
well, and also I guess I could say she sucks because she's from San Jose, California, and San Jose has that. Was it the SPU or whatever center or whatever over there? It's the worst
SAP Center, yeah.
Yeah, SAP Center, worst one ever. Worst place to ever go for anything.
Playboy CVV got kicked out of a concert there for dancing like Big E.
Yep, I was dancing like Big E in an Ozzy Osbourne concert, and they kicked me out for suggestive dancing. Way to go, Big E!
For an hour straight, facing a guard and staring him in the eye. It was a pretty good story. All right, Universal Championship match, where we have Chris Jericho hanging above the ring in a shark cage. We have Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, no disqualification match.
Kevin Owens is retaining. It's a no DQ match, so obviously somehow Jericho. There's no chance that Jericho's going to drop any weapons.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen.
But yeah, Kevin Owens wins. It's an Oak DQ match. They're going to set up a feud for WrestleMania with Roman Reigns against somebody. Somebody's interfering in this match.
Here's what scares me. I'm calling Kevin Owens, and Jericho's dropping the weapon, no big deal. But this is what scares me in this match. This match is not booked as the main event on the card. So that means there's a possibility that Roman Reigns will lose, but he gets to be in the Royal Rumble.
And you're just afraid that...
Who knows? They let him win the Royal Rumble.
I said our father's going to get Roman Reigns again, his number, and keep ordering his shirts and playing his music.
Anyways, AJ Styles versus John Cena. Who is the tough one to call? I don't want John Cena to win. But I think John Cena's going to win. He has to break that record at some point.
How about John Cena winning, but then dropping the belt maybe back to AJ Styles at the Elimination
That's
Chamber?
really what I was thinking. But I don't want to see AJ lose to Cena.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either. I would prefer an ending again where somebody interferes and start a new feud with Cena so we can get away from the AJ holding the belt.
This is the two most likely scenarios in my opinion. So, the first one is Cena wins, they celebrate, blah, 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 blah. He broke the record, then he loses it at Elimination Chamber because AJ pinned somebody else or something like that. Or the other scenario is AJ beats Cena clean, Cena flips out, loses his shit, and beats him down with a chair because he keeps losing to AJ.
I wish that Cena would make that heel turn
because he's already being more aggressive and heelish in his promos.
And he's telling that he just tore up AJ Styles that last SmackDown I watched, where he basically said that if you keep testing him, he's gonna bury him just like he does everybody else. And the only reason why he's champ is because he says it's okay.
Yep. So
and that's probably all fucking true.
It is. It's probably legit.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. That's the toughest match to call of the night.
No, actually, it's the Royal Rumble, but
it's not. The Royal Rumble's the easiest one to call if Finn Balor's in it.
Yeah, I'm calling Finn Balor.
Me too.
I have since he's went out.
Let's eliminate Finn Balor from the equation. Now, who wins the Royal Rumble?
That's fucking hard.
Yep, it's a good question. I think that Samoa Joe's going to be in the Rumble. He has a chance of winning the Rumble. It would require AJ having the championship, so him and AJ could have a match at WrestleMania.
If they're going to bring anybody up from NXT, and the person from NXT wins the Royal Rumble, it would be Nakamura.
Oh, that could happen too. I think he's going to be in the Rumble.
Yep, me too. But let me think. It'd probably be one of those three that you saw in the ring at the end of Raw.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to end like that. I think the Miz has a chance to win it. The
Miz.
I don't want to say Ambrose.
How about Corbin?
I don't know. I would have said Corbin, but he got really destroyed by Cena. Jericho has a huge chance of winning it, especially if Kevin Owens retains, so they can have a Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho match at WrestleMania. So that's definitely a factor. We have Braun Strowman, definitely have a chance of winning it. I would say that's probably about the list of people who have a chance of winning it. I don't think Undertaker, Lesnar, or Goldberg are really going to win it. I think that they're going to save Goldberg and Lesnar, have a match with each other at WrestleMania.
I'm going to be just surprised whoever else wins if it's not Finn Balor.
Yeah, if his music hits, that's it, done, over. He's winning.
It's up in the air after that to me.
But
maybe you can have, just throwing it out there, he loses to AJ, beats the shit out of him with the chair, and then comes out and wins the Royal Rumble
because
he's John Cena and he can do that.
Yep, that could happen. That's a good prediction.
Yeah, that's who I'd go with.
That's a real good one.
I mean, it slowly progressed him into a heel when it's like that.
I'm going Jericho. And that's all we got for you.
That's it.
We already ran a little bit too long, so. And after the unsafe work environment, after all the stress that we went through to bring this to
You'll
you,
be hearing from our attorneys.
yes, all of you will be hearing from our attorneys. Everybody, have a great, 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 great. I'm not finishing that.